Hello, it's the Sinister Gambino here with a new stream. In this stream, I'm going to be doing my event week stream for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. So yeah, starting off with the title, the new vehicle is the Albany V-STR, which is on Legendary Motorsports, and I believe it's about $1.3 million. Might as well show it off right now. Yep, Albany V-STR is $1,285,000, and I believe it's in the sports class. It's gotta be in the sports class. And then I'll be flying over, and I'm flying over to the casino so I can show off the podium vehicle, which I believe is actually what I'm using right now for the podium vehicle, is the Goski Oppressor. And then going on to the spectator, there's 2 times money RP on VIP working challenges. There's a couple other 2 times money RP opportunities as well. So yeah, there's a couple more money opportunities as well for 2 times money RP. And also a bunch of other 40% off discounts. I'll be sure to go over those at some point. And recommend what I would personally go for and what I wouldn't. Oh shit. So yeah, I finally made my way to the Diamond Casino and Resort so I can show off the podium vehicle, which, like I mentioned, I believe is the regular Oppressor. Imagine they did the Mark II, and yep, it is the Mark I, aka the regular Oppressor. As people like to refer to as the Mark I. So I might as well go over that. And it'll be a nice preview for some of the discounts, but I won't be talking about them at the moment. Alright, so the regular Oppressor. So you'll be saving $2,650,000 for the event week by gaining it through the podium. So yeah, the couple of weapon options it has is like machine guns, which I don't know if it's stock on them or if you have to actually buy the machine guns. I think you do have to buy them. Or there's also missiles for it as well, which are not like the Mark II missiles. They're like regular, like buzzard missiles, when it comes to their lock-on. However, I don't think there's a cooldown on the missiles on like the buzzard, and it holds like 20 missiles. It's not really all that good, I would say, when it comes to its weaponry. However, it's really good for getting around the map, definitely. In some ways, it's even better than Mark II for getting around the map. And yes, that is definitely a fact. I've seen proof of it as well. So yeah, definitely really great if you do get the oppressor through the podium. You do know you're gonna basically need a bunker, and then you're gonna need to do the research for the missiles. So it's not very good getting it through the podium vehicle unless you get the missiles through like the research from the bunker. So yeah, I recommend having at least a bunker and then the oppressor missiles unlocked if you want to go for it for the podium vehicle. Because otherwise it's not going to be nearly as useful as it can be. I'll do one spin of the podium vehicle, do one spin for the lucky wheel, of course, and I'll probably be done for the rest of the event week when it comes to spinning the wheel, because I already have one and I don't want to have to deal with another one. Not like you can sell it for actual money anyways. Oh my god, I better not get it. Oh good. 50,000. Yes. Seriously, was about to get another fucking oppressor. I would have been annoyed for once getting the podium vehicle.
I told you I was taking this from Pierre. Well, don't say I didn't tell you. Hey, where's Bobby at? Bobby!
Also, for login rewards, I believe there's the yellow dog with cone. I believe there's a yellow dog with like cone clothing that they gave a couple weeks ago or something for the login rewards, so... However, that's for people who don't own the yellow dog with cone, who didn't buy it the first event week it was available. Yes, checking on Test 2's tweet, that is indeed the case, that you get the yellow dog with cone clothing. If you have not got it a couple weeks ago when you were able to get it through buying the yellow dog with cone in the casino penthouse.
You'd hope so with these prices. Did you take your pills this morning? Yes, dear.
Yeah, I want to race. I want to test drive the new vehicle, the stock version, just so I can get a feel of it and so it has some sort of relevancy to the stream. Also, before I do that, I should check my audio. I forgot to even do that on my Reddit stream. Also, I want to appear online on my PS4. Say I'll be testing my audio here. Alright, audio's working fine. Sports. Here it is, the new Albany V-STR. It's actually a 4-door sports car, which is quite nice. Didn't really mention that the first time. Figure I would appreciate it now, though. It's definitely a really good vehicle to get for a getaway crew. Then again, this isn't one you can really get a trade price for from the Heist, but still. So I'm guessing since this has no trade price, I'm guessing it's the like first appearance of this vehicle. Whereas the ones with the trade price have actually appeared in the Heist in some capacity. Yeah, I'm definitely curious how this will perform, especially with it being a four-door sports car. Alright, that notification there shows another money opportunity is Boulder Wars 1 through 7, or however many there is. And that's double money in RP. Figured I would say that because Boulder Wars is like the one thing that mostly goes on triple money RP. But I'm pretty sure it's just 2 times money RP. Anyways, premium race for this week is a sign of things to come for the motorcycles class. So yeah, basically like the Shotaro and the like Hotshell Drag and whatnot are basically going to be the best ones to use. Also the Kuma Body 801 are pretty good, cheaper options, since they're still like the top 3 and top 4, I think. Yeah, Shotaro will probably be best for that, of course. And I believe the premium rates also changes a couple times throughout the event week, keep in mind, because I believe on Newswires they used to list 3 different premium races. I believe it still works that way, but they just don't really go into details of it anymore. And the regular time trial is Albany Heights, and I believe they announced there was going to be 10 of these new not new RC Bandito. I think they announced there were going to be 10 of these like new regular time trials. And I had a look on GTA series videos before I did the stream, and I saw there were like 2019 or 2020 like time trial like playlist, and there was 9 of them before this one came out, and there's 10 now. So I believe this Boulder Heights is the last new regular time trial for all the new batch. That's a pretty good thing to know about it. So it might cycle between the 10 new time trials again for regular ones, or a combination of the two, or yeah, it's probably gonna go back to like the Vespucci Beach one or whatever, the first like time trial from back in 2015. Probably go back to that one. And then the RC Bandito time trial is a little Seal Park or a little Soul Park, whatever. And I don't have a guide on that one yet, though I might try to release it for this week. For future times that it releases or whatever. So yeah, sides for times 20 RP on VIP work and challenges. I'll show off the rest of them. So first double money and RP opportunity asides for the one in a spectator is target install 1 through 7. Custom vehicles with like engine upgrades and stuff like that. You'll gain an advantage by having a custom version. Vehicles like the turret to the limo and I believe the armored box, but however, since you can't upgrade those engines, you can't really like get any advantage out of the vehicles or anything if you get them personally. It's like personal vehicles. And then there's a couple adversary modes as well. Alright, so deadline 1 through 7 is double money RP. Now most people might be annoyed with it because they may think that there would be a better money opportunity. Though for those who have not unlocked the Shotaro on the Legendary Motorsports website, playing a match at deadline, whether you win or lose, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter for this case. Just playing a match at deadline will unlock the Shotaro for purchase if you do not have it available. So if it being double money RP, it's definitely helpful for that. Gives an incentive to unlock it if you have not already. And then I mentioned it before, but I want to see how many maps there are. Probably 7. Yes. Boulder Wars 1 through 7 is also double money RP, which is essentially like the battle royale kind of mode for this game, I think. So there's that as well. There's 2 adversary modes, target install races, and then the VIP work and challenges. So for this event week, I would definitely recommend prioritizing VIP work and challenges, and then I would go target install races, and then the adversary modes for priority. And the rest of the stream will be going over the discounts. There seems to be one discount on the Arena War website for the property. There's 40% off of the Arena Weapons Expert, which is in the Mechanics tab, which I can't click on because I already bought all the mechanics. So yeah, the weapons expert for the arena is 40% off. Also, all these 40% off discounts will be half off for people on Twitch Prime like myself. So that's definitely quite nice. Makes everything half off, which is quite nice. And then there's one more renovation as well that's on discount. And that will be for the hangar properties. So yeah, hangar workshop is 40 to 50% off, whether you have Twitch Prime or not, or whatever percentage you get. So yeah, of course that's for customizing like aircrafts, especially ones from Smuggler's Run and afterwards. And all but one of these discounts are on Legendary. I mean, all but one of the discounts are on Warstock, only one's on Legendary. And of course, as I mentioned, that would be the Shotaro for unlocking the trade price. I mentioned that deadline's pretty good for that if you haven't played it before. So yeah, Nagasaki Shotaro. I highly recommend picking this one up, because I believe its first place is for sure on lap time and probably top speed as well. And I believe it corners really well. I think it really corners well as well. So it's great at turning and everything like that. So yeah, basically to do the best you can on like motorcycle races, you would want a Shotaro. Not to mention it's probably the best, if not like one of the best options for regular time trials. Especially since the previous DLC, which has banned like rocket-powered vehicles from regular time trials. So it gives it a lot more of a purpose now, since the past couple DLCs. So that's a high recommendation from me. And there's going to be tons of them for Warstock. So starting off with like the last of the like free like miscellaneous kind of discounts, there's the MOC Avenger and Terabyte vehicle workshops. So for the Terabyte, that workshop would be the specialized workshop for the Oppressor Mark II. Keep in mind it's the regular Oppressor, not the Mark II on the podium. Vehicle workshop for the Avenger, and then vehicle workshop for the MOC. Not sure if it includes the weapon and vehicle workshop for 40% off or 50% off. Depending on Twitch Prime or not. And we have our first couple of discounts over here. So starting off with the Menacer. This vehicle really isn't going to help you at all for making money. I'm just going to say that right now. So for that reason, I really wouldn't recommend it much, since it's really not going to make you money. And I think that's kind of the biggest reason to get a vehicle, is if it can make you like money for the initial investment and then profit as well. But yeah, it's 5-seater. So obviously 4 in the actual vehicle and then 1 on the gun. I believe its explosive resistance is I believe his explosive resistance is okay at least. No, I think you can just get away with getting like an insurgent or like a night shark or something like that. Which, speaking of the insurgent, it really doesn't do anything more than like the insurgent does. So yeah, I really wouldn't recommend the Minister that much, since there's better alternatives, I would say. And then the scramjet, it's normally like about 3.5 mil, but of course it's going to be like in the late 1 mil range, the early 2 mil range, probably. And then this vehicle, similar to the Oppressor, is a rocket-powered vehicle, except it's a car, of course. And I believe it has 30 of the most accurate, like, homing missiles in the game. Which vehicles like the Deluxo and whatnot also have the most accurate homing missiles. So yeah, it has 30 of the most accurate homing missiles, which is very good for destroying, like, AIs and whatnot. However, I wouldn't really say it's really good for making money, because you're highly exposed as well. And then it's literally like the speed racer vehicle, of course, so what's not to love about that? Nice pop culture reference in there. But yeah, all in all, it's mainly a vehicle for having fun, but does have machine guns, which I don't know if they're more the better machine guns, or if they're like pea-shooter machine guns. But still, either way, they're not really good. And then yeah, its missiles are some of the best in the game. That would really be the main reason to get it, aside for the rocket boosting, and the jumping as well. That's the one thing this has over the Vigilante for sure, is it can actually jump with like a jump boost, which I believe it comes with the jump boost as well. That's kind of all I have to say about the scramjet. I'd recommend it higher than the Menacer, but not really much more. So I don't really think it's going to be good for making money. It's really good for making it to point A to point B though. But still, you're going to get shot out really easily, depending on how you use the vehicle. And it also has the 30 missile limit as well. And then, this one's just for Twitch Prime, by the way. It's the really huge 80% off discount. But yeah, it's the Pyro. Of course, obviously, for 670,000, I would highly recommend getting the Pyro. And if you don't have the trade price, it'll probably be more about $1 million. A little bit under, probably. But yeah. Big thing about the Pyro is it's actually the fastest plane, I believe, in terms of top speed at least. Not very sure on lap time. I don't think that would be really relevant for lap time aside for racing. But because it's the like plane in the game with the highest top speed, it's clearly like the #1 vehicle for going for point A to point B. So it's the best in that category. I think I also heard it's one of the best dogfighters in the game as well, with its like evasiveness and whatnot. And then for weaponry, it has machine guns, which probably aren't very good. And then it also has like regular missiles. By lock on, I mean it has like buzzard missiles. But I believe you can spam the missiles with like no cooldown as well, but I'm not sure on that one. Either way, its missiles are like as low of accuracy as they can get, pretty much. Like most vehicles have. But still, it's a very great option for making money, I would say, especially with it being able to go from point A to point B the fastest of any vehicle in the game. And then onto the Night Shark. So this vehicle at one point was free through like the guest list or whatever through after hours. So of course if you were able to get on for that, you wouldn't really need it. And that was like a year ago or a year and a half ago even. Just a little refresher. But yeah, Night Shark has machine guns that you can control as like the driver. And in an armored vehicle, especially as armored as a Night Shark, that's pretty good. However, its machine guns are pea shooter machine guns. I think I know that for a fact. So it takes like 2 minutes or so even to destroy like civilian vehicles in most cases, which isn't really good at all. But still, it's good for mowing down like AIs that are like on foot, and then somewhat for players as well. However, it's highly armored, but as well it's very fast. Which usually when there's a very armored vehicle, it's not very good in the speed department. That's kind of a good thing about that. Also, it can tow the anti-aircraft trailer, which I don't know if the Menacer can do that as well. Possibly. But I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't add that functionality for the Menacer. So yeah, it's a very great armored transportation option given the speed, which is something a lot of armored vehicles lack in. However, it probably also means it's not as tanky as other armored vehicles, but it might still be more tankier than the Menacer. Also, I know my Dune FAV discount is glitched up, but it is indeed on discount. So Dune FAV, you get the choice of a couple weapons, of course. The typical machine gun it comes with. It gets a grenade launcher as well, and then I think it gets a minigun as well. So between those, I would definitely recommend the grenade launcher, but I'm pretty sure that one's limited in ammo. But of course it's explosive, so if it's used correctly, it would be more useful than a minigun, I would say. You probably wouldn't be in it for long, of course. By the way, going back to this one, I don't think it's very good at making money, but I do recommend it over the Menacer. And also, this vehicle can get proximity mines. However, it's not a very good vehicle for getting proximity mines, since it has absolutely no explosive resistance. So if you use one on yourself by accident, you will destroy yourself, and it will actually pull up on the first try. Also, this is more for Dune FAVs with more armor on them from business battles and whatnot. But if you do get blown up by one that has more armor than usual, especially in a gun running cell, it could be pretty annoying. Because it's not enclosed for the interior, you get blown up because it's highly exposed. That's kind of something to keep in mind as well. But yeah, all in all, this vehicle is not really going to be all that useful for you. So I really wouldn't recommend it that much. So it's kind of normally under 50,000, so 40% off of that's not that bad. You could probably do 10 VIP works and get the stock vehicle pretty easily. So probably an hour or two you could probably make the money for this. Onto the half track. Yeah, onto the half track, it's going to be a little under $1 million for Twitch Prime users, and probably a little over $1 million for the trade price for the half track. And the half track is kind of a good vehicle in some ways, actually. However, it's really slow, so therefore, of course, it's really not going to make you money. So yeah, of course, this vehicle gets like a really huge like gun on the back of it. You have like a couple different options for that. I believe the like most expensive one is probably the best one for it. Of course, it's probably really good at taking down aircraft if you can shoot them well enough, but yeah, aside for that, it's really not going to be too helpful for making money. Or being all that defensive, more so. However, this vehicle has a very interesting trait about it. I believe if you get like the highest armor setting on it, it does like prevent you from getting shot out of the like front. And I believe that even includes the full metal jacket rounds, which is known for penetrating through most armor. However, the half track can actually survive full metal jacket rounds in the front. Since I don't think the full metal jacket rounds break through the front of the half track. So that's a very unique quality of the half track. So for that, in some ways, it could be kind of worth it. And then, yeah, it also gets proximity mines as well. I don't think the Night Shark gets proximity mines, going back to that once again. And yeah, it's very good for proximity mines, I would say, since it has tons of explosive resistance. Not sure how much to be exactly, but it's probably kind of good. But hopefully it's a lot, considering it's a very slow vehicle. Yeah, I think these two at least can tow the anti-aircraft trailer. I'm not sure on this one. Anyways, onto the weaponized Tampa here. It's not very armored at all, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think it has any explosive resistance. But it does also have proximity mines, so just like the Duna AV, make sure you don't blow yourself up, and it can be okay at using proximity mines. And then of course, like these other vehicles as like free armor options. However, I don't think the armor options on it are all that good. I don't think you'll ever get to the point where it's all that armored, similar to the Dune FAV. But it's still nice to have the options, of course. And then this thing is weaponized like crazy for the weaponized Tampa, hence its name. It can have missiles on the front of it, which I believe are limited to 30 missiles. However, they're some of the worst missiles in the game. Reason number one is they don't even lock on the things at all. So you literally just shoot them out the front and you have like no control of the missiles, unlike other vehicles. And then it has the mortar in the back that you can get, which is basically like grenade launchers. However, even those aren't really going to be all that helpful. You can kind of control them though, a bit more than the missiles. And it's good for covering your back, when other things can't possibly do that. I believe the last weapon options are for the machine guns. So it comes with a a single machine gun, and it's like a stationary one as well. So I don't think you have any like movement control of the machine gun. Though if you upgrade it, you can turn it to like a dual remote machine gun or something. and you get like full 360 degrees control with it, which is pretty good. And I highly recommend the weaponized Tampa for a little under $1 million for Twitch Prime, and probably a little over for non-Twitch Prime people with the trade price. The reason I highly recommend it is it's a very good vehicle for contact missions. Besides for that, it's probably not going to be very helpful for making money. And contact missions, though, could be pretty good for certain ones. And for more details on certain ones, I do have a whole series dedicated contact missions called Contact Mission Content. And then, yeah, the anti-aircraft trailer. That is, of course, 700,000 for Twitch Prime, and then a little over $1 million, or a little under it, maybe even for non-Twitch Prime people. So yeah, the anti-aircraft trailer doesn't have any explosive resistance. However, it's the most powerful weapon in the game as well if you get the right upgrade. So it comes with whatever it has stock, which is in the picture, which is kind of like the machine guns for it, which they're kind of probably going to be some of the most effective machine guns in the game, especially because it's intended to take out aircrafts. Besides for that, there's not really much to say about those, I'm pretty sure. Then I believe you can upgrade to a homing launcher, and I believe you're limited to anywhere from 30 to 50 missiles, most likely. And then their lock-ons the lock-on for the missiles are probably pretty good, but they're not as good as they're probably not as good as the Scramjet or Ruiner 2000 though. They're probably a step under at minimum for the lock-on for the missiles if you get that upgrade. However, the one I highly recommend for the anti-aircraft trailer is the flat cannons. And those pretty much those absolutely decimate anything they fire at. You can destroy tanks in a couple shots, and even the Avenger and whatnot, you can destroy those in a couple to a few shots. It's nothing. That's really all that's safe from an anti-aircraft trailer. With the flat cannons, unless it can blow it up quite easily, which most likely it can. Especially if you mainly play solo, you're not really going to get much use of the anti-aircraft trailer. Obviously, it goes without saying you're not going to make much money with it, obviously. But yeah, if you're a solo player, I would mainly avoid this because you can't really take it off of the saddler, which comes on to a saddler which has no explosive resistance. However, if you're playing with a friend, you can attach it to vehicles like the Half-Track and the Night Shark for a couple of different examples. And then the insurgent pickup. The insurgent pickup, even though the discount's usually glitched, it's actually on discount. So I'll save time with the insurgent pickup, and I'll just have you refer to my review on it, or other people's reviews on it, because since I made a review on it, I don't feel the need to clarify on here. But yeah, I would basically just upgrade to the custom version, just for something small to say about it. And the custom version is a very good vehicle, I would say. However, it's not going to be the best at making money. It's still a very good vehicle, though. On to the ramp buggy. I just checked Tez2's tweet and he didn't seem to mention anything about the ramp buggy. Yeah, I don't think I see a mention of the ramp buggy on Tez2's tweet. But for me, it's on this account at least, so I'll still cover it. So yeah, the ramp buggy, pretty similar to Phantom Wedge. However, it's a little more expensive than the Phantom Wedge. Not entirely sure why. I don't think it has any explosive resistance, though between the Phantom Wedge and the ramp buggy it probably does. Between Phantom Wedge and the ramp buggy, if anything, it might. Because Phantom Wedge doesn't have any explosive resistance, so I'm assuming the ramp buggy too doesn't. Even though it kinda looks armored. Though it's a possibility, but I don't really know if it has explosive resistance, and I don't think so. And it's very great for getting vehicles out of the way, of course. And as of the Arena War DLC, you can run into vehicles infinitely, even in the free mode of the game, with even like personal versions of it. I mean, it's very good for getting vehicles out of the way, even more so, as of the last like couple DLCs. As of like the last 3 DLCs, it's been very, even more good at ramming vehicles out of the way, since it can pretty much do it infinitely. And then the cool thing about the ramp buggy is it actually unlocks a VIP work called Ramped Up. So in some way it can be useful for making money through the ramped up VIP work. However, you wouldn't really use the ramp buggy itself. The ramp buggy and the VIP work, and actually it's 2 times money RP on the VIP work and challenges. But the ramp buggy one's really good. What you're intended to do is you're supposed to like launch up like motorcycles with the ramp buggy. However, you should just use an Oppressor Mark II. And I believe you do need at least 2 people for the VIP work, so you will need a friend for it though. Though obviously one person would send a ramp buggy and then another person can go into Mark II, and you don't even need to ramp motorcycles up with the ramp buggy. Making it a lot easier of a VIP work. So yeah, that's the strategy if you do the ramped up like VIP work. Just use a Oppressor Mark II, don't even bother ramping up motorcycles. Since obviously the Oppressor Mark II hovers, so it doesn't need that. Onto the technical aqua here. I really don't recommend the technical aqua that much. However, mentioning the target assault races, this also applies for the insurgent pickup if you upgrade it to a custom version. These 2 vehicles, one customized the custom version of the insurgent pickup and then the technical aqua. If you customize those, you can use them in target assault as their customized version, so it's really good for that, for 2 times money RP for this week on target assault races. However, aside for that, it's not really all that good. Once again, like the ramp buggy, it unlocks the VIP work, though I think you do have to have at least a single friend as well for that one. However, I don't think there's really any like shortcuts to the like technical aqua's VIP work. So yeah, its VIP work is nowhere near as good as the ramp buggy's VIP work, with how we can just use the Oppressor Mark II for collecting the packages on like the rooftops for ramped up. But yeah, its weaponry, of course, is pretty much just the same thing as the technical. It was introduced back in the days where Rockstar really wasn't known for having much customizations on weaponized vehicles. That was since like gun running, I think. So yeah, I don't think you can really customize the gun. It's basically just the same as the technical. But yeah, onto the Ruiner 2000 though. In a sense, it's a pretty good vehicle, but it's also not as well. So yeah, what makes it a good vehicle, I would say, is its VIP work being fully loaded. While the VIP work itself isn't really a fast one, I would say. Like, yes, it could probably get out of the vehicle unless there's a timer for getting out of the vehicle and having to go back in the vehicle. But if you can use any vehicle to destroy the turreted limos, you could probably hop into something like Hydra or something else that's really good for blowing up vehicles. And you can swiftly make work of the Ruiner 2000 VIP work in that sense. However, the best thing about its VIP work isn't really the VIP work itself. And it's also not the money you make from it either. The Ruiner 2000 VIP work is one of the worst paying VIP works, I believe. So it's mainly really for having fun. Even for double money, I wouldn't really advise doing the VIP work for the Ruiner 2000. However, the one good thing about the VIP work is it gives you a super buffed up version of the Ruiner 2000. Giving it explosive resistance when normally it has no explosive resistance. And I believe that version can take 50 explosives, which is crazy. So it's really good for defending against griefers. Really is going to be the one thing for the fully loaded variant in particular. Besides for that, it's not really going to help making money or anything like that, I would say, since it only has 8 of the best homing missiles in the game. It has the unique attribute of its parachute though. And if you back up with the vehicle and then you do the jump boost afterwards, it allows you to get up higher than you started, I think. And also apparently the technical customs on discount as well. So not the regular technical at all, just the upgrade price for the custom. Which I don't believe adds any explosive resistance or much to the regular technical. However, you can add new guns to it. I think you can get a minigun on it if you upgrade it. Besides for that, there's not really much to the custom version. And I think you can get proximity mines on it, but because it has no explosive resistance, it wouldn't really be good. And once again, there's a lot better options for making money. And yeah, obviously going back to Techno Aqua, it's amphibious. That's one of the best things I can say about it. Say once again, for the regular technical, it's just the technical itself, not, I mean, for the regular technical, it's just a custom upgrade price, not the regular technical. Whereas the insurgent pickup, it's the pickup itself and the custom version upgrade price as well. And then the last discount I need to cover is for Twitch Prime. By the way, the Blizzard Attack Chopper is not actually on discount. It's just glitched up right now. For some reason, it's been glitched up since the previous DLC. But yeah, the Rhino tank is 80% off, and that's for Twitch Prime only. Just like the Pyro. And yeah, sadly this vehicle isn't really going to do much for you these days in GTA Online. course, back when the game first launched and whatnot, it was like one of the most feared vehicles of the game. But now it's a joke. It doesn't really do anything well. Its explosive resistance and whatnot used to be better, I think, back in those days, but it's been nerfed and whatnot, and it hasn't like been buffed since. Even though there's been like way better tanks released since, I feel they really should buff this thing up to make it at least better and give more incentive to use it, especially if we're playing on discount. But hey, now I can finally get it because I have Twitch Prime and obviously it's 300k. So I actually want to do that, I think. But if anything, it's going to be good at like contact missions, and even then you can just like call up a like personal conjali and whatnot, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can call that up on contact missions. And then it's the only tank in the game, I think, that can run into vehicles and explode them, but of course that costs like vehicle health as well. But still, it's a unique attribute only to the Rhino tank, and I believe the Chernobog as well. Those are like the only two vehicles, I think, when running into vehicles, that it like blows them up and whatnot. So yeah, I finally bought a Rhino tank, because it's on discount for Twitch Prime for 80% off.
Intelligence?
So I'm gonna make a little bit of money from the EP works, and then I think I'll end the stream. So yeah, hopefully I gave a good idea of what vehicles are good to get and which ones aren't. Especially for more newer players that may watch this for some reason. Alright, my Rhino tanks now will be able to call from Pegasus. About time, like 6.5 years later, I think I finally got the Rhino tank. Thanks to Twitch Prime. There's actually something else I should mention about, like, something going on with GTA Online as well, which I haven't got to mention yet. I believe they made the newswire like a couple days ago, I think. But yeah, obviously I didn't get to talk about it on the last time I streamed, because it was a week ago, compared to like 2 or 3 days ago. Guess I'll do that after this VIP work. Also, while I'm playing some of these VIP works, I might as well mention as well which ones I kind of like and don't like. I did that in huge detail one time, which I'm not going to do again unless I make like a video on which ones are best and whatnot. But yeah, I'll kind of just mention which ones are good and which ones aren't. I might not really give any reasons. Talked about it before on streams with 2 times money RP, VIP work, and challenges. For challenges though, since I'm not going to be able to go through the menu when I'm doing it by myself, of course, is I don't know all of them, and I haven't played all of them though, of course, but some of the good ones are like salvage for VIP challenges. Salvage and like point to point or whatever, like race one. Because there are just a couple of the highlights there. And then if there's a cooldown, while I have to wait for the cooldown, I'll probably mention more on the VIP work. Yeah, Plowed I would say is one of the best VIP works, definitely. So it's going to be one that takes kind of a while, because you do have to use the Phantom Wedge to destroy the boxes. I don't think there's really any other way you can do that. I don't think you can just like fly over to them with like a Hydra or something. I think you kind of have to use Phantom Wedge. Damn, if it weren't for these damn utilities, I would have went back to million. So you have to wait, so I might as well mention some of the stuff. So Plowed, I would say, is a really good one. Like, the time it takes to, like, minimum is kind of going to give you quite an average pay, of course. Then again, it is kind of best to get them done as fast as you can. But yeah, it paid 55k, which is a pretty good amount compared to other VIP works. And that's on double money, of course. Even in regular money, it's pretty good too, I would say. Fully loaded, like I said when I was talking about the Ruiner 2000, it's not really good for money or the VIP work itself. It's good for fighting against griefers, because it gives you a super powered version of the Ruiner 2000. I can take like 50-ish explosives. And also, I didn't mention, but it has unlimited missiles. And of course, they're the most accurate missiles in the game, like I mentioned. In fact, it was the first vehicle to have those most accurate missiles, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's only good if you're fighting against a griefer and need to deal with them. Fully loaded. Amphibious Assault, I think that one's for the Technical Aqua, I think. It's either Amphibious Assault or Stockpiling. I think it's this one that has the Technical Aqua. Honestly, I haven't really played it much, so I wouldn't know on what to say on it, but it's probably terrible. Similar to Fully Loaded. Transporter, though, I think it pays like 10k less, at least for double money, than like Plowed, but still a really good one. And it also has half the cooldown of Plowed. Whereas I think these other three probably have an hour of cooldown, though I'm not sure on Amphibious Assault. And I think that one requires 2 players minimum. But yeah, Transporter's another really good one. Fortified. That one has a guaranteed 10-minute time limit, I believe. I don't think there's any way to speed that up. And in those 10 minutes, you have to protect the Boxville. When I do that one, I will show a good strategy to do. But yeah, it's really good for making money. And it pays like 70k, I think. And it has like a 30 or 45 minute cooldown or something like that. The cooldown's less than Plowed and whatnot. However, the bad thing about it is it's a guaranteed like time limit, so it can't really be done very fast or anything. Velocity, on the other hand, I believe it pays the same and it works very similar to Fortified, where there's kind of a guaranteed time limit. However, if you have more than one player in the organization, I believe someone can like collect like air checkpoints or something, and it lowers the time of velocity over time. And I believe that one's a 15-minute time limit at minimum, usually. So yeah, in a sense, velocity is kind of a better version of Fortified, at least when you play it with a friend. But when playing it solo, Fortified is probably a better option. Ramped Up, like I said, that one's a really good one. Not sure how much it pays and what the cooldown is. If I were to guess, this one is probably 1 hour cooldown. And like I said, you can just use the Oppressor Mark II. You don't have to actually like ramp motorcycles up on like rooftops with the ramp buggy anymore. You can just simply use the Oppressor Mark II. And stockpiling with the not technical, but the Blazer Aqua, I believe, is collecting a bunch of packages. I'm not sure what the cooldown on that one is either, if it's like 30 or like 30 minutes or an hour. But yeah, it probably takes a while to collect cargo crates with the Blazer Aqua. I'm not sure if you can do it with other vehicles, so it's not really a good option. Once again, that's one of the technical Aqua does require a friend, and then Ramped Up as well. But this one is really good, unlike this one. Most likely. Because I don't know much on Amphibious Assault. Seems I haven't even played it, actually. It's the star. I don't know if that's a glitch, though. So yeah, I talked about a lot of details on those, but for the non-like special vehicle VIP works, I might just talk about them. Like say if they're good or bad, simply. Yeah, screw fully loaded, I'm doing transporter. Like I said, fully loaded's only good for like griefing or whatever. Griefing or like going against a creeper. I gotta say, it's kind of really fun to grief with the Ruiner 2000, I guess. Like, I guess it's fun, not saying that I necessarily do it. And especially how fun to gain revenge on the creeper with the fully loaded Ruiner. Just because it's so overpowered, it's so ridiculously overpowered. So I'll do a transporter here. I'll probably do all the good like special vehicle ones on the stream, and the ones I really like, the ones that pay like 70k, I'll probably do twice. What the hell? Vehicle spawn up in the air. I saw that shit, right? Did I not just see that right? Vehicle literally like was up in the fucking air. Might have been due to lag or some shit, but still, that's hilarious. Oh, jeez. But yeah, it's basically just simple point A to point B. Delivering a vehicle, and it gives like 40-ish thousand on double money. Like I said, it's like 10,000 below, like, yeah, like I said, it's like 10,000 below the cloud, of course. But still, it only has like half-hour cooldown. So you can definitely do them more often. So I do fortified and velocity. And I might just end the stream doing them all once. Just kind of give some ideas of some of the good VIP works. Yeah, I might as well go to the regular ones as well. Headhunter, of course, you kill 4 targets. 2 of them are in vehicles, and then 2 are like on foot. And protected by other like bodyguards on foot or whatever. Like AI bodyguards. And then you get a certain amount for every one of those 4 targets you kill. And for double money, it would pay around the amount of transporter, and it kind of is for every 5 minutes. I guess it kind of gives us the purpose of transporter, but still, it's kind of nice to change it up a bit, of course. Also, you could sometimes have a transporter ready when a headhunter might not be. But yeah, headhunter is really good. And air freight, I don't think air freight's really good, because I believe I heard that the like cargo can actually get damaged and then you lose money for the actual like money. Like, yeah, it would be double money, so it wouldn't be as annoying, but it's still like gonna be annoying. Haulage, couple good vehicles for that is the Phantom Custom and the Hauler Custom, or of course the Phantom Wedge as well. Those are a couple of the like best options for haulage. So especially if you use those vehicles, it can be kind of an okay one. And I don't think your goods or whatever can be damaged like an air right? If I heard right. I don't even think I've ever done air freight, but I think that's what I've heard. But yeah, that's haulage. And I think these two you do have to have a friend at least. Or by a friend I mean like multiple players in a lobby, I think. But certain ones I think you do need a friend. Or someone in the organization, of course. Besides for you. Hostile takeover. That one you choose like one of like a few different locations and then you roll up. There's like a couple people that stand in your way and then there's a like briefcase or whatever you collect and then you go over to like point B or whatever. However, I think that one pays less than like Headhunter and whatnot. By the way, before Fortified starts, I might as well give a good location for it. Here is the really good, like, ideal location for the armor box to spawn for Fortified. Because there's a really good location around there. Yes, this is a good location for the armored boxville. Because the thing you'll want to do is you'll want to go into the storm drain or somewhere else that's like really enclosed. Works well for public sessions as well if for some reason you're doing this in a public lobby when you can just do it yourself. So yeah, I would recommend just doing it in a invite only. But if for some reason you're doing it in a public lobby, this is going to be a really good spot. And it's good against AIs as well, since they won't even be able to go in there. Or at least I've never had a case where they can. And the way you'll probably want to get in there is from over here. And then right from here, and then you'll be able to go like into the storm drain. Where like the train and whatnot is. And then going through the way on the right, there's a even further interior. The idea is to be as like enclosed as possible. A couple different ways the AIs would have to go to you. Moving through the like first part of the game really gets you, I don't think. Only annoying thing is if you're wanting to like wait for a train or something when you get out of here. It's really the only annoying part about this, I feel. And then from there, it's basically just a waiting game. So unlike Velocity, this one's good, of course, if you're a busy person and you have to, like, leave a lot and whatnot. Then if you have to leave for, like, 5 to 10 minutes, or even, like, 15 to 20, it might be pretty good to do this. VIP work and still be able to make good money. was going to talk more about other like VIP works on there, but I can't really show them off. I think I ended on a hostile takeover, and I don't know if I finished talking about it. I think I did actually finish talking about it, and said it pays less than like Headhunter and whatnot. But the nice thing is you do get to choose the location of it. So yeah, after this, I guess I'll just do one velocity and then I'll end the stream because I don't feel like waiting for cooldowns and stuff. It's already kind of late in my time zone and kind of every time zone. Kind of do this stream later than usual. And yeah, I'd probably leave at the 1 minute or 30-second mark. I'll just storm drain. Probably 30-second mark more so. Minute seems way extra early. Alright, my DualShock 4 is low. So even though I kinda wanted to do more VIP works, I'm not going to, obviously. I kinda only want to do one as well. I was kinda torn between doing the couple that I want to do the most a couple times. But whatever. My controller is dying anyways. Okay, it's a 30-minute cooldown, not like a 45-minute cooldown or anything. So their cooldown is actually equal to Transporter. The only annoying thing with Fortified and Velocity is they kind of have like a set time limit that they take. Whereas other ones, it's based on how well you do. However, like I said, for Velocity, I think there's the exception if you have more than just yourself. Someone can like use an air vehicle to collect like air checkpoints to reduce the time on Velocity. It probably pays the same, like, probably wouldn't be drastically reduced either, I don't think. So yeah, going back to talking about VIP works, asset recovery. That one used to do like a couple like vehicles from a police station. I just wouldn't even bother with that one, to be honest. I don't even think it pays good either. Might even pay less than Hostile Takeover. And yeah, you have to like worry about cops and stuff, and it takes as long as it takes to get the like vehicles to destinations, and they're not necessarily like close destinations, if I recall either. Executive Deathmatch, of course, that one I guess you could do, of course, but honestly it's probably just a waste of time. Executive Search though, that one could be good to do. Especially if you know how to do like the trick with Darcy Bandito, or probably even Invade and Persuade Tank can now do it as well. Where you can launch like VIP works, because I know you can do the interaction menu with the tank as well. I just don't know if it would work just as well. It probably would. Sightseer is definitely one of the best like options from like the first batch of VIP works. Not the special vehicle ones, but like the regular ones. I think it's kind of one of the best, just like Headhunter. Pays pretty much the same around Headhunter. And that one's like picking up 3 packages, and then you do each like hacking game. Between like 3 hacking games, you do each of them like once. And then it shows off the location of the packages, one by one. And then piracy prevention takes place on the yacht, of course. So you do need a yacht in order to do piracy prevention. And you do need, like, people outside of your organization as well, which I think is kind of the only one that works like that, I think. Other ones I think you can do with a single friend on your team. Oh, no, I guess I could deathmatch and search those two. So yeah, obviously, especially with executive search and piracy prevention, you really have to worry about if someone's going to, like, ruin it for you or whatever. Through, like, friendly competition, of course. But yeah, that one pays, like, 30k. And that would be, like, 60k double money. So it pays more than Sightseer and Headhunter, and it's kind of like Fortified. It's kind of like the older Fortified and Velocity, where it takes, like, a set amount of time as well. Executive Search probably does, too. Same with Deathmatch. But yeah, I do recommend piracy prevention if you're in a, especially if you're in a lobby where not much players are going to bother with you or anything. If it's like a chill lobby, I mean. So I'll try to explain some tips with velocity as well. So not really much to it, I would say. It's basically just driving the rocket Voltic around. Also, hopefully I don't blow it up by accident, because I've kind of done that a couple times, because you gotta keep it at constant speed or whatever. Hence the name Velocity. So I recommend going on the highways, of course, since you're kind of less prone to accidents, I would say, and or the, like, roads are a lot more, like, linear or whatever. Ah, shit. And then I recommend using a boost as least as possible. I would just save the boost for the speed, if you need, like, an emergency, like, boost to get your speed up if it's about to blow up. That's the only reason I would use the speed boost. And yeah, on these highways, you typically have a lot more space, of course. Highways and, like, freeways and whatnot. Compared to, like, the actual, like, roads and whatnot. Where it's all, like, buildings and shit. And actually, this one's 10 minutes as well. So sorry about saying 15 minutes earlier. But I do believe if you do have, like, other people in your organization, they can collect their checkpoints. I believe that's what I've heard. I've just never played this one as, like, a group or anything. Another reason I wouldn't use the boost much is because, of course, it gives you more time on the highways and freeways and whatnot. Obviously, meaning you'll have a much better, like, success rate. Yeah, this is going to be the last one I play on stream. The rest, I feel I talked about them enough to give it good enough of an idea. And if for some reason you, like, get past, like, all this highway and whatnot in, like, under 10 minutes, I would just recommend trying to get on it again. But as long as he used the boost as least as possible, I would definitely think it would be pretty fun. I forgot to mention, but I got spawned by fucking Jizzle or Jimbo or whatever again at our fucking arcade. I don't know why Rockstar just seems to love fucking spawning next to fucking Jimbo. Probably give him a nickname. I'll probably give him the fucking nickname Cockstar again if they fucking continue spawning me next to fucking Jimbo ever again. It's fucking fat ass. It's fat in no life ass still like 6.5 fucking years later. Since obviously GTA 5 first started, I mean. Actually it's a little under 6.5 I think, but still. I think my point is understood. Or is understandable enough at least. But yeah, doing all these different, like, you could probably just stick to all the, like, different special vehicle ones if you want, and the timer for, like, if you did plowed first, the timer for that one would probably be pretty close to done, I would think. But I did give another couple options from, like, the original VIP works anyways, or if you still need to keep busy. Or if any, like, viewers need to keep busy still. Or anyone that would possibly view this after it's uploaded. Where you don't know why my fucking throat is so fucked, probably because it's dry as shit or some shit. Gee, it started like 3 minutes ago and I feel like I'm already wrapping it up on the highway. Could try to do a quick U-turn and go the other way maybe, whenever I need to. Oh well, I'm gonna try not going the same way, but obviously a different direction or whatever. Yeah, now I've kind of wrapped up the, like, amount I would go through. Well, I'll try to see if the rest of this can keep me busy enough. You know, it does go on normal roads, whereas one just keeps on going. That's definitely the way I'm going over here. Yeah, like I've been showing for almost this whole, like, 10 minutes. Staying on highways is like one of the best course of action, I would say. To make sure it just doesn't blow up. I would start near the highway or freeway, whatever, as well. Like I did. So that you're constantly moving on this, like, the whole time. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem, like, not finding, like, big roads like this and whatnot to go on. Especially the way I did it, at least. And yeah, like I showed it, like, pace, like I said, it pace the same as, like, Fortified, pretty much. I don't know if it would pay significantly less if the thing I said about air checkpoints, if you have more than yourself, is true. If you were to lower the time enough. Oh shit. So yeah, those were like the few solo VIP works that I like to do the most. And look at that, transporter is ready again. So that would probably keep busy enough to have a fair cooldown on the cloud. But yeah, anyways, I played enough VIP works on the stream for like an hour after I went over the last thing of the event week, aka the discounts. So yeah, I think it's descriptive enough of like the discounts and what you should prioritize if you decide to purchase things for the event week that are on discount and whatnot. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.